slain the great green dragon and his kobold minions.
Yeah. What a great battle.
I'm really loving this extended rest of these healing surges. So refreshing after a mid-morning combat.
Yeah, who would have thought 35 years ago we'd be sitting here healing ourselves after slaying a tribe of kobolds?
In those days, we would have been happy to buy a wand of cure light wounds every few adventures.
We only had one of cure minor wounds.
With no command word.
Or charges.
All we could afford was a cracked bit of bone for a wand. Half the time it caused wounds.
A wand? That's lucky. We had to drink out of a magic pool that restored 1 hit point a day. To one character.
It was a 1 in 8 chance at that. The other 7 were poison.
The best we could manage was a healing puddle.
Our healing puddles were guarded by naiads, whose kiss would drown a character instantly. There was no holding your breath for 18 rounds. It was save or die.
But you know, we were happy back then. Even though we were fragile.
Because we were fragile. You know, my old EM used to say to me, Ross, being superpowered at first level doesn't bring you happiness.
He was right. I was happier back then, and I only had 1 hit point. Boy, that hit point had to last. Even the house cats dealt lethal damage with it.
You were lucky they dealt damage. I was once turned to stone by a cockatrice I was trying to roast. I had to spend the rest of the campaign in the town square as a fountain.
We used to dream of a good stoning. I once followed a paladin into hell, and 1 ambush later, I was paralyzed, on fire, and depressed.
You were lucky to be in hell. Our DM started every new character in a pit of green slime. The slime just kept getting larger. I mean, we didn't even name our characters until 2nd level. Oh, sure, claw your way out. There might be a sword in it for you. If you were lucky, we were grateful for whatever equipment we got.
A sword? Huh. We started every campaign at level 0, on fire, in a 10 by 10 foot room filled with yellow mold. Our reward for escape? A mushroom, a burlap sack, and a wooden stick. We called it the standard adventurer's kit.
A sharp wooden stick? You were lucky. We used to start every adventure clearing rats out of some innkeeper's basement. No one else in the place would talk to us until we'd done it. We were barefoot, wielding rusty weapons, and had nothing to eat unless we happened to find a roast turkey in one of the barrels we kicked apart. And our reward? A key to another basement full of zombies that had a few gold pieces scattered here and there.
Luxury. We explored an entire dungeon level with nothing but a day's worth of pig slop. Not even clothes. We'd huddle together so the DM wouldn't force us to roll against hypothermia. The largest treasure we ever found was 3 copper pieces and a rotten dagger. And we survived for an entire week on nothing but rot grub paste and sucking the sweat off a sleeping owlbear.
Sucky. Sucky. At least you could still breathe. Right. We started out already dead. The 667th layer of the abyss. We had to rip off 2 of our limbs. 1 to appease the greater demons, and 1 to fight off the mains, using improvised weapon rules imported from an obscure Hungarian Rollmaster knockoff. The only way we could be revived was by a cleric of the Demogorgon's half-cousin on his mother's side, as kobold zombies with half our limbs missing. The only word I was allowed to utter was, and if we so much as made eye contact with the DM, he would rip up our character sheets, burn them,
and they won't believe you.